It's me, Yusan. Speaking of which, we arrived in Aizuwakamatsu and immediately tried the famous Jiro ramen here. It's really a large portion and tastes very delicious. After having such a great meal, we should go for a walk. In Aizuwakamatsu, we must visit Tsuruga Castle. We got off at Sannomachi and walked a few minutes to reach Tsuruga Castle. Tsuruga Castle, with its 600 years of history, has changed hands many times and has been referred to as both Kurokawa Castle and Aizu Castle in historical documents. It also served as a political center for the former shogunate forces after the establishment of the Meiji government. Walking through the snow towards Tsuruga Castle, passing the nearly frozen moat, it's really hard to imagine what the life of samurais was like back then. Looking at these wipers all facing upward, they must be welcoming the new lord of Tsuruga Castle. Wow, such a huge area here. Looks like we won't finish exploring today. Let's see who has occupied this castle before. Impressive. This slopey path must have resisted the new government's invasion numerous times, and really slippery here. It's freezing cold here, but also incredibly beautiful. Doesn't it feel like when we're playing the Nobu Warring States game and going back in time? There are snacks available here. For those who aren't feeling cold at all, can get some ice cream here. There's also a Inari shrine here. Let's go take a look. Look at this gatekeeping fox, so adorable. Oh, after passing through the main gate, we've arrived at the entrance of Tsuruga Castle. This is where they sell admission tickets. And there's this cute akabeko at the entrance. Don't you think it's adorable? Remember not to touch it. There are two types of admission tickets. One is regular and the other includes a visit to the tea room. We only bought tickets for the main keep. There are also snow hang to see here. Alright, let's go in. Let me collect a stamp here. Looks so nice. Apart from the many akabeko, there are also many more akabeko here. Of course, there are also various creatures made of stone, paper pulp, ceramics, and wood. Snacks with akabeko on the cover are everywhere. Alright, we're officially heading towards the main keep. The first floor displays some ancient artifacts from Aizu, and photography is prohibited on this floor. Remember, once you go up, you can't come back down. So let's go down first and check out this place called Enzo, meaning salt storage. It's located at the bottom of Wakamatsu Castle and is perfect for storing salt throughout the year. Fun fact, the main keep was once dismantled, but after the Pacific War, it was reconstructed along with many other main keeps across the country. On the second floor, it introduces the famous daimyo, who occupied this castle during different periods. Besides the well-known Date, Uesugi, and Matsudaira families, the Ashina, Gamu, and Kato families also resided here. Let me add a little anecdote. He said his gloves are from the same brand as the gloves of the Queen of England. On the third floor, it talks about the turmoil during the end of the shogunate era and the position Aizu was in at that time. During the end of the shogunate, the government split into two factions, one supporting returning power to the emperor and the other continuing to support the old shogunate government. After the restoration of imperial rule in 1867, tensions rose between the new and old governments, leading to the Aizu War. Aizu Castle at that time gathered volunteer armies from various regions to resist the new government, resulting in a series of defensive battles. As the new government's forces advanced north, alliances were formed across the northern provinces, and volunteer armies from various regions were organized into regular troops named White Tiger, Vermilion Bird, Azure Dragon, and Black Tortoise. Of course, they were eventually defeated. On the fourth floor, it introduces some famous figures from Aizu before. Let's open a window to take a look. Seeing these portraits, it reminds us that they once held important positions in this castle. Let's go to the top floor and enjoy the scenery here. Downloading this app, you can also use VR to see the surroundings of Tsuruga Castle. Back at the souvenir shop, of course, we have to see the other side. Besides displaying the clothing they wore at that time, there are also exhibits of some weapons they used. This room also introduces the structure of the castle and the materials used in some buildings. These little houses are quite interesting. Step on a certain spot and something happens at the window over there. It's even more interesting here, combining animation with Aizuwakamatsu Castle. Back at the souvenir shop, let's see if there's anything interesting to take home. It is pretty cool that you can take the main keep home. Other souvenirs are designed with akabeko. Speaking of buying souvenirs, how can we forget about the sake produced here? Before leaving Tsuruga Castle, let's admire the snow hang once again. On the way back, we saw this fruit shop with some persimmon trees outside. Persimmons are still hanging on it. There are also these dried persimmons stringed up. Back at the bus terminal, we still have some time, so let's check out this convenience store. Besides Aizu mountain salt pudding, there's also peanut butter pudding. There's a lot of rice wine here, all produced in Aizu and nearby areas. Besides rice wine, there's also grape wine. Next time, we'll go to Ukawaso, resembling the Infinity Castle from Demon Slayer. For those of you who enjoy this content, remember the CLS trilogy. Comment, like, share. See you next time. Please subscribe, like, and comment. See you in the next one.